everyone! The holiday of Purim is right around the corner, and people all over the world are getting ready. They're getting their homes decorated, they're getting their costumes ready, people are getting their baskets ready to give out to their friends. Why? What is the meaning of this extreme joy during this time for a holiday that we're celebrating that happened over 2,000 years ago?
The Purim story is extremely unique. It happens at one of the darkest times in Jewish history. The temple had been destroyed. The Jewish people don't know what their relationship with God is. And it's during that time in Persia that there's a decree of genocide against them, and the Jewish people are flipping out. If you look through the entire story of Purim, you don't see the name of God even once. But yet, something is happening. Miracles are happening all behind the scene. Slowly, events are unfolding, and we begin to notice as we read through chapter and chapter that even though we don't hear about God, miracles are happening in a very concealed way.
So too in our lives, there are times that seem extremely dark. We feel like we've been whacked. We don't know where we stand in our relationship with God. And then, suddenly, a new sunrise starts to come. New possibilities open up, and we recognize that events are starting to fall into place, and we see that one event leads to the next and the next and the next, and a renewed sense of hope is now on the horizon.
There's an old Jewish custom for children and adults to dress up and act a little bit silly on Purim to increase our joy. What's the reason behind this custom? Why is a day so deep and spiritual celebrated with such silliness?
That's what's so unique and special about this day of Purim, is that we see all these people walking around in these funny costumes, and we know that those costumes are just an expression of themselves. So too, the goal of life is to train our minds to be able to know that all of our interactions are really just for us to be able to understand and see the good that's going on behind the facade.
When we sing, when we dance, when we laugh, when we act a little bit silly, we're showing the world, we're internalizing in ourselves that no matter what life throws our way, we're strong enough, we could be happy, we could be joyous, we could project our positivity out into the world. And when we do so, the world will respond in kind and show us kindness and show us joy.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
We all know that the traditional snack that we eat on Purim is called Hamantaschen. If you didn't know that, you could check out your local grocery store in the kosher aisle and they'll be sure to tell you. Many of us think that we eat this snack to remember Haman's three-cornered hat, but really it's so much deeper than that.
This jelly-filled cookie further symbolizes our theme, that sometimes you have to look beneath the surface to see what's really under there, to find something that's so much deeper and so much sweeter. Sometimes we have to peel away the outer layer to really discover what's under it. But it goes even deeper. The 3 points on the Hamantaschen represent the 3 pillars of Jewish growth. In order to really see behind the surface, we need to work on the 3 relationships that matter most. Our relationship with the Almighty, our relationship with others, and our relationships with ourselves.
The greatest joy is the joy of celebrating with others, and therefore, 3 mitzvot of the day of Purim have to do with this theme. We have a Purim meal celebrating with family and friends. We have the mitzvah to give charity to poor people. And lastly, we have the mitzvah of mishloach manot, to give baskets of food to our friends and family. All three of these things have to do with giving, because we all know that when we give, it truly fills us up, and this really fulfills the joy of the holiday of Purim.
Once we train ourselves to look deeper than the surface, we start looking at the world a different way and people a different way. And we start seeing the good that's inside everyone, the godly image that's inside everyone, and we just want to connect to them. Just like Purim is about seeing behind the costumes, just like the Hamantaschen is about revealing what's inside, so too Purim teaches us to look at everyone in our life, to look deeper than the surface, and to really see the good and the godliness that's hidden inside of every single person. We would like to wish every single one of you a happy Purim.
From the Lab Experience.